Testing, testing. Awesome. I am live here. Welcome. Contrary to belief or disbelief, something I want to talk about today is called habit gravity, right? Most people, they do a habit for like a week, right? We all come to New Year's resolutions and what happens? I think someone said, I forgot who it was, but they said by January 23rd, most resolutions are out the window. And what I want to do today is talk about habit gravity. Most of us do a habit, and then what happens? It falls to the wayside and it goes below and it falls straight to the bottom, and we don't even do it, right? We do it for like a day. Maybe we do it for 4 days. Maybe we do it for 5 days. But then after that, we get habit gravity. And what happens with habit gravity? We fall back to what we're used to doing, and then we don't do the thing we set out to do. So what I want to talk today about is going towards escape velocity. And escape velocity is you're forming a habit. And if you run a business, this is for you. And if your business is your life is your business, because that is what's going to build your success. That is what's going to get you ahead of everybody else, is forming the exceptional habits that are going to help you grow, nurture, like start, grow, launch, and scale your business is by doing these things every day. It's like me doing these YouTube videos every day. Sometimes I don't want to do them. Like today, I don't want to do them. I'm really tired, but I want to do it anyway because it forces me out of my comfort zone. It forces me to escape velocity, because there's going to be times like today where I don't feel like doing it. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. But you know what? I know my why, and my why is deeper than my tired. So the habit of doing a video every day, even when I don't feel like it, is going to help me get to escape velocity, right? It's going to help me get better on the days that I wake up and I'm really tired and I don't feel like doing a video, and I don't feel like, I don't feel, but when I put the action into play and then I do it on a consistent basis, I hit escape velocity. And as a kid in 1986, and I don't remember the month, I got to witness a space challenger go off into space. And this is going to be a little dark, but the thing is and my teacher at the time was this gentleman named Gary Peterson. Hello, Mr. Peterson. He could be dead. I have no idea. But we got to see the Challenger go up into space. The only problem is that before it went into space, it didn't hit escape velocity. It kind of hit on a dark tone. It kind of hit habit gravity. And the Challenger exploded due to the O-rings being not holding into the foundation of it. And they discovered that later. And I got to actually see the school teacher who died on this explosion speak at a local school in Florida. And this feels like 100 years ago. But, and that talks to our habits. I'm using this metaphor as a story, not to, I think what we do as human beings is that we form these habits and we don't go all the way with these habits. And these are the things that we know in our heart of hearts, if we become congruent and aligned with it, know that they're going to take us to a place that we've never been to before. Not to quote Star Trek, I'm not a fan, but they do. They will take us to a place that we've never been to before if we decide to do this habit gravity versus escape velocity. And again, I want to give a shout out to one of my mentors, Eben Pagan, who termed this thing called habit gravity versus escape velocity. And if you look at a rocket, what actually happens? So like when I was a little kid and I was looking up and I was, like 86 miles away from Cape Canaveral, and I got to see this rocket go up in space. And and again, if you're relating that to our habits, what happens is we start to get a little traction and then we get tired. And then we're like, you know what? We're not used to this, right? It's building that gap from where we are to where we want to go. And this happens a lot in my business where people are used to this 9 to 5. And then when they bridge the gap and they try to work for themselves, there's all these things that they've never done before that, they're like, oh my God, I haven't never done that. I've never done this. So what happens is they retreat, they go backwards. And then I have to nudge them to say, you know what, this is only going to happen for a little while. It's going to be painful for that long. And then eventually what's going to happen, like a rocket, right? Look at what a rocket does. 85% of the weight of that rocket is being propelled from all of the cannons firing. I don't know how many turbines or whatever it is that shoot forth all that rocket power to help it lift, right? So 85% of that is being propelled by those engines. And, as it goes off into space, what happens? When it starts to hit escape velocity, it only needs 2 of those rockets to, and it actually propels. And when it's actually in space and it gets to that escape velocity, it only needs a little bit of power to get it to where it needs to get. It can course correct. It can pivot. It can make comfortable adjustments and just navigate 1 or 2 degrees to where it's going, because 85% of that weight is already being held by non-gravity. Gravity is not a force anymore, right? It doesn't need to depend on gravity to escape it, because that habit that you're forming, and if it's in your business, maybe it's possibly team building. Maybe you're looking to build an A-class team of A-class people, because your business will not grow if you don't have A-class people involved in your team. People who see your mission, who see your crusade, as their own. And as a CEO, you're reminding them daily of the tasks at hand, right? The power of association, right? And this goes back to my last video that I made about being a leader, being the example of what it was very called outside, of being a leader, of being an example of what it is for your business. If you're leading a virtual business, I lead a virtual business. I do a lot of my calls over Zoom, right? And I have certain days that I do that call because I time batch it. So I do business on this day, and then this day, today's video day. So it's up to you on where you're at in your business. But, if you're looking to, turn the habits, and something I learned from another mentor is, the most successful people in business are in front of their ideal clients 60 to 75% of the time they spend. They're not doing busy work. They're doing proactive work to be in front of their ideal clients. So if you're running a business, right? And what I do is I help experts become authorities in their space, in their unique space, whatever that is for you. If you're not spending the majority of your time in front of clients, then what is happening is you're going back into habit gravity, right? If you want to go to escape velocity, you need to form a habit of getting in front of people, whether that's reaching out, LinkedIn, right? Using that as a tool instead of being consumed by it. You're being a creator of it. You're adding value, right? And you're being a go-giver, and you're giving information, and you're giving, relevant, top-notch information to what it is you're looking to change in your ideal niche, or whatever your unique niche is. And you're looking to add value in other people's lives, and you're getting in front of them because you're the solution to what the problem is. So if you're not making a habit of getting in front of your ideal clients every single day, what happens? You're plateauing, you're staying in that habit gravity. But if you're willing and you're able, and you have the solution, maybe you have a system, maybe it's module 1 to module 13, and this is what you need to do to put a business fully functional online, instead of getting pulled in by all the distractions. I need to do this, I need to do that, I need to do that, I need to be over here, I need to be over there. You're focused on one thing at a time. Maybe this month you do this, maybe this month you do this. But if you're looking to get in front of your ideal clients, the one thing, you're putting out content that's uniquely, aimed towards your ideal clients, right? So you get into that escape velocity. You're adding value. You're speaking to maybe 10 to 20 people a day, every day. You're messaging them, whether on LinkedIn, whether on Facebook, maybe by putting out videos like this. What is the one habit that you can schedule this week for your life business that can eventually take you to escape velocity, and habit gravity pulls you down, right? If you're not consistent with it. If you go to the gym twice a week, what happens? You're going to stay fat, or maybe you'll stay even, right? But if you're in escape velocity, what's going to happen is you're going to shoot into space. And then, you're only going to use those dual rockets just to navigate you and comfortably get you there because you've created a business system, right? And the acronym for system is save yourself time, energy, money, and sanity, right? Because what happens is most people get into the Sherble wheel and they're spinning. There's times I'm still spinning. I'm actually just operating on 2 engines, but I'm getting very good at operating on those 2 engines. Eventually, I have to navigate to another platform, but right now, I'm getting really good on one platform. I want to get good at it so I could be in service of my people. What can you do? What is the one habit this week, today, starting now? Now, you can schedule this week for your life business that can eventually, I'm reading my own question, take you to escape velocity. Would love to hear from you. Would love for you to post in a comment below and share with me what is the one habit that you know that you need to do, but you're avoiding it. Maybe it's not your strength, but it's becoming your weakness. But when you're in the beginning, if you're a solopreneur, maybe you're working for somebody, maybe you're doing your side hustle on the side and you're working 9 to 5, but then after, 6, 7 o'clock, you go home and maybe from 10 to 1, you're learning something for your ideal business. What is that one thing you can implement this week? So, you can be the solution. What is a danger, opportunity, or strength, that you can utilize, whether for you or for your client to solve so you can help them, so you can get an escape velocity. Maybe you could escape that 9 to 5 and your habit gravity, right? And make that paycheck work for you instead of you working for that paycheck. It matters what you do with it, right? And I hope that's helping. So again, thank you for listening. And I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it was helpful. And I hope you had some insights, takeaways, and maybe challenges that you could challenge yourself and then maybe have breakthroughs later. Write down one thing, one habit that you could start today. What's the one habit that you could start today, right? So you could get out of habit gravity into escape velocity. Again, thank you. I hope you have an amazing day and take care. Bye.